Dawn was breaking timidly in Portmadoc, as if the sun were afraid to open its eyes to the grey haze that shrouded the schist and granite mountains. Deep in the quarries, where the roar of hammers could be heard before the sea itself awoke, Ewan Lloyd tugged at the cord of his wool coat and greeted the day as he had for the past 7 years. Working in the northern quarries was merciless. It was a silent struggle between man and stone, between chests scorched by the wind and hard, unyielding rock. Yet, the men there possessed a resilience as strong as the mountain itself. They knew that their daily bread lay buried beneath every stroke of the chisel. Ewan, 30 years old, maintained a habit he never abandoned. Before he began digging, he would raise his head to the mountain's peak as if asking it to endure. His father had always told him, "He who befriends the mountain will not be betrayed by the stone." The father had passed away 2 years earlier, swallowed by the silent collapse of the sand and stones deep within the quarry. That day, in the summer of 1935, the scent of rain drifted in from afar, mingled with a thick dust that clung to faces like an indelible tattoo. A strange whisper circulated among the workers. A large rock was cracking above the upper surface, and everyone feared it would collapse before the supports could be repaired. The quiet young man, Gwyn, approached Ewan hesitantly. "I heard the supervisor wants us to go up to the eastern edge today, alone," he said anxiously. Ewan gave the young man a reassuring look, though his heart was far from at ease. "The work will wait, Gwyn. The important thing is to be smarter than the rocks." The two climbed to the top, the wind whipping their faces with a biting chill. The sky was a heavy grey, as if the rain were watching from afar, waiting for the moment it would descend upon the quarry to wash away its dust and memories. When they reached the edge, they saw the giant boulder, cracked as if time had struck it with an axe. The fissure stretched like a gaping wound, and whenever the air blew into its crevices, it emitted a sound like a groan. "Do we think it will hold?" Gwyn said, his voice trembling. Ewan smiled slightly. "Rocks are like people, some crumble suddenly, and some stand firm against all the winds. We have to understand what she's trying to say." As they secured the wooden supports, the mountain began to tremble slightly, followed by a sound like muffled thunder. Gwyn looked at Ewan, his eyes widening with fear.